Hey guys, Pyker here, and welcome back to another episode of Kethane Space Program. In this episode, we do a lot of stuff. So far, we get both of our fuel modules down to the surface of the moon with our mining hub, and yeah, that's pretty much the aim of this episode for the most part. Pretty much, it's gonna be um, just a quick overview of what the hell I just did for the past 3 hours, and then we'll probably put a live, a piece of live on this. But this is post editing, obviously commentary because all the video is running at 4 times normal speed. So um, I'll probably do a live piece at the end. I'll probably end up deorbiting our personnel carrier. But good news. I did install the KS mod or the Kerbal attachment system mod, and holy crap, that just made my life 10 times easier. But we'll save that for a later episode. Um, but you guys can see right here, we are setting up our maneuver nodes and setting up our orbit to line up with our mining hub or mining operation on the surface of the moon. And it went okay. Um, I did it was kind of a pain. I've gotten better at landing near things. I'm not like kilometers away anymore. I can actually like kind of get pretty close now. So it's kind of nice. But yeah, we set up our maneuver node to we have to adjust our our angle first and from the orbit of the space station obviously, and then we have to what I like to do is I bring our periaps down right over the mining operation, and then I put it at almost I think 10 kilometers roughly, around 10 kilometers, and then I get pretty close, and then I just start burning off our vertical or horizontal velocity, so our trajectory kind of goes over it or over our target, and then what I'll do is I'll stop at a certain point, and then I'll let it fly closer in towards the mining operation, and then I'll start killing off more of our horizontal velocity. So essentially, what our trajectory will do is right when we get close to being just over top of it, we'll kill all of our horizontal velocity and basically come to a stop directly over our mining operation, and then I'll just slow myself down as I just start falling straight down, which it turns out is a lot freaking easier than trying to put your trajectory line of reference directly on your target that you want to hit. It's just so much easier to fly over it and then kill your horizontal velocity directly, and then just kind of fall down to your target, and you can adjust on your way down, so it makes it a little bit nicer and easier. Um, but yeah, we get, I mean, probably about 300 meters away from our mining operation, and yeah, I was pretty excited about it too. Anyways, but we get this mining fuel module down, and get it to touch down there, and um, yeah, so we get it to we get it touched down, and yeah, it went pretty smoothly. But um, uh, don't mind that. So anyways, we get our fuel module down to the surface pretty easily. Um, Not really any hiccups or anything. It was a little bit of a hard. Anyways, we get our fuel module down to the surface of the moon pretty easily, and we don't really run into too many troubles. But yeah, we get it down there. We unhook our X tug and get it back into orbit here. And I always forget that when you undock, your RCS and your SAS gets turned off. So you always need to remember when you're dropping something like that that you need to turn that shit back on. Otherwise, you'll end up screwing yourself in the long run, or crashing into the surface, which I've never done ever. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Anyways, so this is our rendezvous back with our space station. I figured I'd show you guys this because this rarely happens to me. Is that I can actually uh, lift off from the surface of the moon and directly rendezvous with our space station. It actually worked out perfectly. I saw those nodes and I was like, huh, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to go without even having to get into orbit or anything. And actually, it wasn't too difficult. I actually did it twice in a row too with our second X or our second fuel module, but I left that out because I figured it was like the end. So like I didn't really feel like putting that into this video as well because it was kind of redundant. But yeah, we get a rendezvous point lined up with our space station, and we pretty much get we come in pretty fast to it because we had to basically race it to the point of to meet it. So I ended up coming in to it at about 200 meters per second, which is a little faster than usual than what I'm used to, anyways. Um, so yeah, we get a a maneuver that's pretty damn close, and we get close and very easily hook back up with our space station. So it was actually pretty nice. Um, so basically, I just hook up with our fuel module here and dock, and I kind of showed you all that stuff because I'm using the docking node helper or the I can't remember what the hell it's called. But that little screen in the bottom left is I'm using that to help me dock with our fuel module. But anyways, on a side note, guys, I actually bumped into the space station and started spinning it out of control, so I had to switch back and forth. But anyways, off this for a second is that I started streaming. Whenever I stream randomly, I don't have a specific time that I start streaming or anything, but in case you guys ever are bored and I don't have a video up or anything, more than likely I am on a stream, either streaming Kerbal Space Program or any of the other random games that I decide to play. And I'll put a link for my stream channel on Twitch down in the description, so you guys should go check it out. In case I don't have a video up or something, and you guys might be bored or something at that certain time. But anyways, here's our first fuel module that we end up trying to hook up to the side of our mining hub here, and it doesn't want to dock. It doesn't want to dock at all. The node is too high, and the angle that the fuel module is trying to connect at isn't working. So I tried to like ollie it a couple times, and I tried resituating the fuel module a bunch, and trying to get it so it'll just connect. Even if it's off a little bit or a little weird, I keep trying and trying to straighten out. Not to mention that when I'm driving around trying to straighten out, I'm on a hillside and the thing likes to slide for some unknown reason. I guess those tires don't have any tread on them. But anyways, so I keep messing around with this for a minute, and then I eventually get it to actually hook up. It took a little while to actually get it hooked up, but this is I'm just getting everything good to go and fueling up this piece or this fuel module here. And basically, I don't know why, but our docking nodes won't transfer converted Kethane fuel into the actual fuel modules. I don't know why. I have to manually transfer all the fuel into the fuel modules, which really isn't that big of a deal. But it does automatically transfer all the monoprop fuel, which I don't get. So it confused the hell out of me. But anyways, here's our second fuel module that we are landing, and this time I actually land it with no troubles whatsoever. I actually get it in pretty close and land it, and yeah, it goes pretty smoothly actually, which is surprisingly considering how many times the first one took me. I guess I had a lot of practice trying to trying to land these things, but I did land this one, and I don't know if you guys could see, but I did blow out two wheels on the one side, which made docking this thing a little weird. I had to actually, I kept messing with the SAS unit on it, and I had eventually, obviously, you guys can see, is that I started doing the worm to get this thing to move down towards the actual mining hub, and I had to do the worm again to get it to hook up with the docking port. But let's go deorbit our personnel tanker. Hey guys, we are at our space station at the moon. So problem, our space station is almost completely out of fuel, so we're gonna put the rest of it in here. Also, I have Richmond and Camfred Kerman here at the space station. What I want to do is I want to take Camfred out of the space station and have him float on over to our crew module on our personnel tanker. And we're going to just go ahead and put him inside. Ooh, a little bit closer. And there we go. Let's get you inside, Camfred. And I think I'm almost positive we have enough fuel to actually get this personnel tanker back to Kerbin. I'm not worried about that at all, actually. So we're going to go ahead and undock this, switch back over, and we have almost a full tank of monoprop, which is good, and it doesn't really matter, honestly. Um, so we don't have a computer system on this personnel tanker. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get this thing to the space station around the moon, or not around the moon, the space station around Kerbin, and rendezvous with our space station around Kerbin, and then dock it to our space station around Kerbin, and then unload all the crew members into our space station around Kerbin, and then essentially we're gonna have to fly a shuttle up to basically get these guys off the space station without too much trouble. And I am trying to figure out where this node should go. Shouldn't be that long of a burn. It should only be about 20 seconds or so. 253. Let's see. Can we move this to make it closer? No, that moved it away. A little bit closer. Even closer there. 93. Come on. Let's get a little bit closer. Nope. Alright, so this is about as low as it's going to go. Ooh, that's way too low. And our space station is 150. So let's get this guy close to that. Say like 160. Then we can adjust our orbit accordingly to either catch up with our space station or to slow down so our space station can catch up. And we'll go from there. So yeah, we got our maneuver node all set up, ready to go, and hopefully we're not running into our space station right now. Okay, good. I was worried there. I always like move things around without really thinking about hitting anything. And I've almost never hit at anything whenever I started doing that, but I don't like to take that chance really. So our node is in about 46 minutes. So let's do one thing and activate these engines first of all. And I think we have more than enough fuel to get home, honestly. So we are gonna go ahead and fast forward and get to our maneuver node. And hopefully not run back into our space station because we did kind of float away from it, so we will be floating back up towards it, kind of like we are right now. As long as we don't run into it, which I don't think we will, we're good. I'm going to wait until we get around, and I'm going to fire my engines so I can get a general idea of how long of our burn time is going to be. I'm going to say it's going to be less than a minute. So let's just go ahead and fire these engines up as high as we can. About 45 seconds, roughly. 41 according to it. So we're going to go ahead and wait. Hopefully not run into our space station while we're burning here. Now we should be good. Alright, so let's fire these engines. Get home. Get home. Send Camfrid and Richmond home, finally. They're probably sick and tired of sitting out around the moon. And like I said, if I integrated that TAC life support, I would have had to have flown life support systems all the way out here to make sure that these guys didn't die, because they've been sitting up here for quite a while. I want to check. I'll probably do it off camera, but I want to check how long that space station has been orbiting the moon, just out of curiosity, honestly. But anyways, we're gonna get this thing back to Kerbal, hopefully. And wait a second. Oh, I overshot a little bit, but that's not that big of a deal. We can actually use our let's do 165. Yeah, use our RCS to adjust it, fine tune it, if you will. So yeah, let's go ahead and just fast forward all through all this crap, because honestly, we don't really need to see it. It's really not that interesting. So we're just gonna fast forward, fun times, fast forwarding. All right, so it looks like we need to catch up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a maneuver node here, and slow down to under, not that far under, probably about 75, 79, 74. That's good enough. Slow down our orbit to underneath our space station so we can catch up with it relatively quickly, without having to wait around a bunch for it. And that's a 2 minute burn. Holy shoot! That's quite a long burn actually, and kind of worrisome now that I think about it. So, all right, well, we're gonna do that anyways, and see if we actually have the fuel to do it. If not, we'll at least be in an orbit around Kerbin, and we can fly a shuttle up and rescue these guys. And holy crap, I didn't even burn. I'm an idiot. It's fine. I'm just gonna burn. I'll just watch our periaps. I just was curious at how long it might take to actually get back in or get into orbit around Kerbin. So, ooh, that's it's a long burn, and I think we'll be fine, but there's always that possibility of me screwing up greatly. I don't know why that's still up there. Um, but yeah, so I didn't really have much time to talk about this earlier in the video, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it again. But I did start live streaming a lot more frequently. I was just curious if you guys would prefer that I live stream like once or twice a week or something for 2-3 hours at a time, and if you guys would be interested in me setting up certain times to live stream like say Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'll start streaming or something along those lines. I was just curious if you guys would be interested in me doing that. And obviously, I'll probably still live stream like through bits and pieces here and there, and just whenever I feel like it. But I was just curious if you guys would want to see me live stream, at certain times during a week. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or ideas or comments about that, please leave them in the section down below this video. Let me know what you guys think about that live stream idea, because I'm interested in it, and live streaming is super easy for me. It's just like I'm just gonna play games, and if you guys come along and you guys can chat with me and tell me I suck, and it'd be a good time. Um, so yeah, please leave any comments about that down in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. But I honestly don't know what time you guys are, what time everybody watches or sits down and just messes around on the computer. So um, it's kind of like I'm just curious at what days would be, maybe like I was thinking Sunday, Sundays at like 7 p.m. Eastern. That's pretty much the time that I was thinking about doing live streams. So our periaps is at 140 right now, so we're actually just gonna unfortunately let our space station float away from us, but we'll actually probably lower our periaps a little bit more here real quick. We do that. Let's get it down to like 130, maybe even 100. Let's do 100. That way we can for sure catch up with it in a reasonable amount of time. There we go. All right, let's fast forward some more here and set our apoaps down to about 100, so we have a nice circularized orbit to catch up with our space station. And damn, I forgot that under 120 kilometers, it slows you down to 100 times or 100 times time acceleration. So this might take a little bit longer than I originally anticipated, which is kind of shitty. But whatever, we'll get it done real quick. It shouldn't take too long. But I just kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on that live stream thing. So please leave your guys' any comments about it down in the comment section. I really appreciate it. Just to kind of give me an idea if anybody would be interested in seeing that. If not, I'm still gonna live stream randomly, and I'll probably upload videos of when I am actually live streaming, just so anybody that is interested in seeing anything that I'm playing, then they can. So it's just kind of like a out there, like, hey, go ahead. I'm bored. I'm gonna watch Pyker suck at playing video games. So yeah. Anyways, we may or may not be able to get these guys home in this episode because I kind of want to keep it at 20 minutes. I don't want to bore you guys for too long. So we're gonna rendezvous with our space station and see exactly how much time we have left before I go ahead and start launching more shit to get these guys home. What I probably should have done is just launched a rescue or a pickup shuttle to the space station, and then just flew this personnel taker back, and it wouldn't have been that big of an issue. So let's see if we can rendezvous with this thing yet. It'd be nice. Let's actually set this as our target too, because that might be helpful. Let's move this around. All right, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? What are we looking at here? Why did it switch from one side? Oh, that's why. What's that? 2.5 kilometers. It's a little bit closer. 12.9. Looks like we're kind of in a weird spot right now. Let's turn this back again. Get that right about there. 11.6. Obviously going to get further apart. Are we out? Or are we going bigger, or what are we doing here? Let's see if we can move this around real quick. Let's see if we can get a better rendezvous here. It's looking like it doesn't want to cooperate with me right now. Oh, come on. Right about there, roughly. 7.1, 7.8. Oh, wrong freaking one. Let's put that back. 6.9. Work with me here. Why is this so difficult all the time? Every time I try to do a maneuver node to rendezvous with something, it's just like, I'm just going to be an asshole and make this a lot more difficult on you than it needs to be. You know what? We might not even be lined up with it. No, we're pretty damn close. Can't be that far off. 8.6. Nope, that's the wrong way. 7.4. 6.3. 5.2. 5.8. Kind of overdid it there. Ooh. What about 3.4? Getting closer. 0.9. Alright. Jeez, I don't know why that was being so difficult. Sorry for the extra noise. My ear is itchy and my headset has to be moved because of it. Alright. 8-second burn. That's pretty manageable. Actually, how much fuel do we have left? Not much. I mean, enough, to rendezvous, but not really too much fuel left in this thing, unfortunately. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully rendezvous with our space station. That would be ideal, anyways. I think we might actually. No, okay. No, it looked like we were gonna outrun our space station for a second. I was like, well, what the hell? What the hell's the point then? All right, let's see. Ooh, don't want to overshoot this. This would be a bad thing if we overshot this. 10 seconds, 9, 8. Let's fire these engines. Hopefully get a sweet rendezvous. Oh, let's adjust this. 1 meter per second off. There we go. And 1.3. Alright, that's doable. A little more doable than, what it was originally, which was like 7 kilometers, which is a little absurd if you ask me. Alright, where is our space station? There it is. Came into frame for us. I think this will be like almost the first time we've actually used our space station around Kerbin, now that I think about it. Because I remember putting this up here and then not really using it for anything else. Actually, no, yeah, we didn't really use it for much, which is kind of funny and kind of wasteful at the same time. Excuse me. But also, we are using it for this right now, or this personnel tanker right now, so it's not completely useless anyways. Let's move our retrograde node to our target. Retrograde node. There we go. Let's do a quick save, just to be safe. And then my timer just went off for this episode length. So actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna dock this thing and call it an episode because I don't want to keep you guys for too long. This episode's probably already running a little over 20 minutes, which is, I try to keep these episodes around 20 minutes unless I got a lot of stuff to do. So, like I said, we'll probably just we'll probably dock this thing real quick and call it an episode just so we don't. Whoa! Good thing I had time. Good thing I had time acceleration. That could have been so bad. Oh man, that's funny. That could have been so bad. Oh man, that could have been so bad. Wow. Oh man, that's funny. All right, well, good news. I had time acceleration on, so we didn't just kill ourselves. So let's set this as our target and set control point from here. And let's use our sweet little maneuver nodes here to line up with our whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'm about to pass this thing now. Holy crap. All right, slow this down to about nothing and resituate ourselves. Some of the controls are backwards, so it's really confusing trying to mess with this thing. All right, yep, they're backwards. All right, okay, I think I got it now. All right, I'm all oriented correctly. At least I hope I am. Let's spin this a little bit. Spin it that way. Spin it this way. There we go. We're getting on point. Doesn't look like we're doing anything, but according to my nodes, we are, which is a good thing. Let's move that over this way some more. I really love this dock alignment mod. It helps out. So once I got the hang of actually using it, it made this so much nicer to actually have to deal with docking. It just makes it so much easier because I don't even pay attention to what's going on the screen. I'm just looking at the docking alignment thing in the bottom left just to just to dock anything now, and I'm not even touching any of the controls now. So let's see if I actually line this thing up properly. Hopefully, we don't break off any solar panels. I mean, granted, it doesn't really matter because we're gonna deorbit this thing anyways, so it's gonna explode in the atmosphere because I'm not gonna do it lightly, and we are off now. So let's adjust accordingly. There we go. Look how freaking easy that is. Awesome. All right, let's get these guys out of our personnel carrier. Well, actually, you know what? We just need to bring Camfred out for right this second. So we'll let him go, get him up and out here, and get him up to our Kerbal hidey hole. Turn on a light, because why not? Let's zoom in too, so I can actually control this reasonably. Crap. There we go. All right, let's get you in there, Camford. All right, so we're going to call it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments down below in the comment section about our live stream or any suggestions, ideas that you might have for this series. I will be gladly to respond to you. Also, next episode, what we're probably going to be doing is deorbiting this personnel carrier, but we do need to get a shuttle up here to get all these guys home, other than Jorbal's, obviously, because Jorbal's, I think, is going to stay in Jorbal's domain because it's his domain. But yeah, we're going to get these, we're going to get Camfried and Richmond back home on the surface of Kerbin and deorbit our personnel tanker. And I have a plan for that because there is no computer system on our personnel tanker, so we're going to have to connect to it with our rescue module and deorbit the personnel tanker, undock it as we're deorbiting, and then safely get Camfred and Richmond into the atmosphere safely, whereas we're trying to destroy the personnel tanker going into the atmosphere. So it should be a little interesting. But thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, please leave any comments that you guys might have down in the comment section. Please like the video if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time.